What is going on, everybody? This is Johnny, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own mustard. Why, you ask? Well, because the stuff you get in the stores sucks. I've been to the National Mustard Museum. Now, they have fresh mustard, mind you. It's not just really old mustard. And most of their mustards were not phenomenal. What I'm going to show you today is super simple. Anyone can do it, and it will take your vinaigrettes, your sandwiches, your burgers, whatever you're putting it on, to the next level. Here's what you'll need. You're going to want to buy your mustard seed in the bulk section of your local grocery store or co-op, because if you get it in those little containers in the spice aisle, it will cost you a fortune. Before we begin, we do need to do one tedious step. Well, it's not necessary, but highly recommended. Take a piece of foil and lay it down on the counter. Grab some tweezers and pick out any bits that shouldn't be there. You'll often find other parts of the plant that don't belong. We only want the mustard seed. I'll throw a link in the description to the mustard seed that I purchased because I did have a hard time finding it locally. Our next step is to take our 2/3 cup white wine vinegar and add our brown mustard seed to this. Now we wait 3 to 5 days. The longer it sits, the punchier it seems to get. And magically, 3 days later, this is what it's going to look like. You'll notice the seeds have swollen up a bit and have absorbed some of that vinegar, as well as the color being a much lighter brown. This next step, I do recommend a spice grinder as well as a mortar and pestle. Now you can get by with just the mortar and pestle, however, having a dedicated spice grinder is a great thing. This one's just a cheap coffee grinder that is reserved for spices only. Now don't try to use this for both coffee and spices because the oils don't play well together. I'll include a link in the description to the mortar and pestle and coffee grinder if you don't already have those items. Now we're going to take our yellow mustard seed and add it to our spice grinder. We shall blitz it until we have a nice fine powder. Give it a few shakes as necessary. And that looks to be about right. We are going to switch gears here and strain some of our brown mustard seed out and put it into the mortar and pestle. I do about half to 2/3 of the brown mustard seed. You can leave more or less whole depending on what type of texture you like. Now this step can be done in a blender, but you will get a very smooth texture. What we're after here is a rough grind. Effectively, we are stone grinding this mustard. This takes a little bit of time and a little bit of elbow grease, but I promise you, it is well worth the effort. At this point, all of our ingredients are prepared, and all we have left to do is add them together. The powdered mustard will go back in with the whole mustard seed that is soaked in our 2/3 cup vinegar. We will add our stone ground mustard back in as well. Our 1/4 cup of additional white wine vinegar will go in next. And 2 teaspoons of salt. Last but not least, the honey. I would say about 2 tablespoons, give or take a little bit depending on how much sweetness you like. And give it a stir. This mustard will keep for a very long time. Over half the ingredients are preservatives. I tend to store mine in the fridge, but it really doesn't last that long. It's too good not to use up right away. You can store it in a jar, or I like this fancy little mustard crock, but to each their own. Now that you have mastered mustard, you have a wonderful basis for making other types of mustard. If you like it a little bit smoother, just throw it in the blender. What we made is a little bit more stone ground texture. From there, if you like it sweeter, you could add honey. You have your honey mustard. If you like it spicier, you could add horseradish or chipotle. You get the point. This mustard goes great on just about anything. Just smelling it will make your mouth water. Personally, I like to have it with some sausage and sauerkraut. It just goes so well together. Homemade mustard. It doesn't suck.